middle of the road, a bus is coming. Let me make this intro very quick. Amanda, I'm going to do the intro really quick.
Go for it.
In the distance, behind the approaching
With
bus.
the rapidly approaching bus.
It's coming too quick for comfort. That's the Bastille up there. And I wanted to start showing the Bastille so everybody knows how to get to the walkway, which is here. So literally, I'd say you could do it in a 4-minute walk. And this is the entry where you want to get to do the walk, the elevated walkway, the Coulée Verte, the Promenade Plantée. Many names.
Yes, sure.
And only one walk. And with me, my guest. Okay, looks like everything's working.
Hi!
There's a height difference, man.
I remember this from the last time.
How do we know?
I should have worn platforms.
Hang on, I've got a solution. Because we got steps.
Yes.
We're going to do a quick... You're there? Perfect.
Yep.
Hello, folks. People are waving. We'll do a quick intro as people sort of get ready.
Yep.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Amanda Bankert. I am the owner of Boneshaker Donuts, longtime friend of Oliver. Pastry chef. What else?
Pastry chef extraordinaire.
Sure.
Author.
Yes, I have an upcoming book coming out in 2 weeks, just under 2 weeks.
And who got the first copy?
This guy.
We got a copy. We're going to sneak a peek. The idea of this walk, we can start walking, talking. The idea, I'll show you. The idea is to show everybody what this promenade is like, to talk about Paris, to talk about pastry.
Yep.
And we'll have a sit and talk to you guys in the middle, I think. But also, I think this is, you take that side, I take this side.
Great. Yep.
I think this is a mega underrated part of Paris.
Yeah.
And I think that's wrong.
I agree.
I think people would like it. So
It's gorgeous.
we want to put it on your radar a little bit while having a little stroll through the park.
Yeah, no, it doesn't get nicer than this, does it?
Out of breath, you.
I know.
So this is the start of it, and it continues all the way to beyond the periphery, the big ring road, and it's just really lovely. And so we're gonna walk it.
Do you know how long that is?
I looked it up. I looked it up. 5 kilometers, about 3 miles.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And we're not gonna do that whole walk, unlikely, because I feel like we'll be stopping, showing things, talking to people,
Yep.
and so on. Now, I am a bit out of breath. I think it was the bus that was coming.
You're like, my heart.
I did a cycle walk last week.
Yeah.
And I was, precariously close to the edge of the Seine.
Yes.
And I was nervous about that as well.
Yeah, that would make me very nervous. My perception is not the
Oh,
the
wow.
best.
Well, then you got the depth perception problem when you land in the big drink as well. So let's have a little look to make sure that everything's online here. People are saying hello from all over the world. Look at these.
Bonjour. Hey. Here we go.
Let us know more of these cities you're watching from.
from,
But
yeah.
you're from, is it Washington?
Yeah, I'm from Alexandria, Virginia, which is across the river from Washington, D.C. So.
Okay. And
Yeah.
via Dublin came to
Yes.
Paris.
Yeah, so I have dual citizenship, dual nationality. So I was here about 20 years ago, which I think is actually the last time. So I used to live, when I lived here as a student, I lived in Bastille, and I remember I thought it'd be a good idea to learn how to roller skate for some reason. Because back then, rollerblading was like really popular in Paris. It still kind of is, but back then it was like, they're into it.
Evening rollerblades sometimes.
Exactly. So I was like, I'm gonna roller skate, and I tried to teach myself here.
What do you mean, here?
Here.
You
like,
tried to...
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it didn't go well. It was a one and done,
Oh wow, that's so
adventure.
great.
Yeah.
20 years ago you were doing that.
Yeah.
So look, perfect timing to have a first look around ourselves. Here's the church.
It really is gorgeous.
Let's go and have a look. The street, if anyone's trying to sort of play along at home. What is it, 95 o'clock?
It is 95 o'clock.
This is
Yeah.
This is Avenue Ledru Rollin, and anyone who watched the walk that I did last week, the flood waters from 1910 rose up. There are pictures of people on boats here. And what's really cool is I was looking at this exact street today when I was researching for this walk.
Yeah.
And it comes into what we're doing today. This, as I mentioned at the start, this used to be a railway line, right?
Right, yeah.
So not only do you have pictures from 1910 showing the flood here, but you have these old ancient black and white pictures showing trains passing right where we're walking.
And that's where they have now all the shops, right? With the old...
And but they're almost under our feet, I'd say.
There's
So
a KitchenAid shop there. That's how one of the things things. I get my mixer repaired there. Just FYI, if anybody needs to.
I never knew it was called KitchenAid.
Yeah, the brand.
Yeah.
You know, like the swishy
it's
mixers.
a brand as well. See how little I know.
Yeah.
Oh, no, now you say it. No, I do. We're going to talk about pastry. Maybe you can enlighten me a little bit on pastry chefing in general.
Sure.
Because I don't really
what would
dabble.
What would you like to know?
Everything.
Okay, well.
No, I think we should start. We're going to turn the camera around so people can get to know. Look, the sun's behind us, so hang on. Let's sit for 2 seconds.
All right, cool.
I think people can get to know you a little bit.
Okay.
Because maybe you haven't been on the show for
a long time.
Is it?
I don't even know.
I know that you were I know we did a live walk on Rue Montagueil around Christmas time. That was 8 years ago.
But that was pre-COVID, I think.
Were you not part of the countdown season in some little form?
Was I? I feel like that rings a bell.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I don't know.
But I know who you are. People might not. You're a properly classically trained pastry chef.
Yes, I trained here. So that's what I was doing here, again, back long ago in the roller skating days. I came here to study pastry at the Cordon Bleu.
Yes.
And so I studied here for a year at the Cordon Bleu. Then I got my diploma. I moved to Ireland. I lived in Dublin for almost 10 years. And then, but really I missed Paris. So I kind of knew I always wanted to come back here. And so I moved back here in 2012, I think. And I've been here ever since. And I opened Boneshaker in 2015. Started off so my background is a restaurant pastry chef. So you were asking a little bit about being a pastry chef. There's a difference as well between being like a baker in a bakery and being like a pastry chef in a restaurant who does like plated desserts.
Because that's what you did in Dublin.
That's what I did. So
I've read the book.
Yeah.
I know the story.
Yeah.
What were they throwing at you? Madeleines or something? No.
Yeah, that was in one.
I shouldn't spoil any vignettes, but that's what you meant to do when you got a book.
I had a psychotic chef throw Madeleines at my head.
This is your first book.
It's my first
book. So this is all new for you, all the teasing and sharing and stuff. This is very exciting.
Yeah.
So you guys, I'm going to be looking at the comments closely as we approach almost 100 live viewers. You guys can ask anything.
Yeah.
And we had a little chat before we came up here. We said if the crowd is into it, asking lots of fun questions, we, and by we, I mean Amanda, is happy to send a book to one of you.
Yeah.
Not just any book, her brand new book.
Should we show the book?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And you'll be sending it from Paris.
I'll send it from Paris.
Which means you're obligated to sign it.
And I will sign it. Da, da, da,
I wonder if that comes up backwards for people. I'm interested.
I don't know.
Let us know.
Does it come back backwards?
Because otherwise we'll turn the camera around. It shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
But voila.
Oh, Madeline's that I had thrown at my head.
So I want to, I know we've talked about this. It's not backward. Great. It's perfect. Okay.
Perfect.
So I think this is really fascinating. So you learn pastry, so you did the whole, I can imagine, I'm thinking Julia Childs.
Yeah.
Childs?
Julia Childs.
Julia Childs, severe training, Cordon Bleu, you learn how to do everything absolutely perfectly.
100%.
While pregnant.
While pregnant, I also got pregnant during.
and then skip forward, Dublin, skip back to here.
Yeah.
You start making donuts.
Yeah, and that was a real pivot for me because I realized so I essentially wanted to open a bakery, basically, making donuts. And so I realized it's completely different when you are making small plates, to order in a restaurant, as opposed to wanting to make obviously still extremely fresh product, but in much bigger quantity. Like the equipment is different, the hours are different, the organization is different. So I learned the way I learn pretty much everything, which is, the hard way.
I really liked, when I was reading through your book, and I could relate to this and entirely, starting off really small, hand delivering things. Yep. Knowing the owners of the place, kind of like what I've done with the podcast and with books. Yeah. And I love it. I love that origin story. It's so much more to all the mega successful authors out there, whatever. Right. But I feel like it makes you appreciate your own.
Oh, I think for sure. Because our story was, very similar to yours. When I worked at a restaurant here, then I had my second son, and while I was home with him, I was kind of making plans as to what I wanted to do next. Knew I wanted to do something here. That was always the dream. But I literally bought a small fryer. So I'd made donuts before, but I'd made petit four donuts. So they were bite-sized. And so I bought a fryer. I found a fryer at a yard sale.
KitchenAid?
No. And so I started making donuts at home, just testing them with this fryer that I found for $10 on the street, and I started delivering them to friends who had coffee shops.
Can we talk about which ones they were?
Of course we can.
Which were they?
So the first one was Tim Tessier from O Coffee Shop, he's now moved to Biarritz. But
coffee shop in the 15?
Yeah, before, so he and I kind of came up together because before he opened that, we both started as this, like, so he had a pop-up, then we were friends, so I started making donuts for his pop-up, then he asked me to do a pop-up with him.
This is like 2015, 16?
2015.
Okay, so this is early days for Paris coffee, which nowadays, I think the Paris coffee scene is exploded.
Yeah, oh yeah, but it was a world away back then. There was like nobody.
People,
there was like,
Frank Barron, Cake Boy Paris, who we were talking about before. Shout out if you're watching. Are you watching? He, I remember him saying he'd cross town to get a good coffee.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%.
And I know it sounds really coffee snobby, but like there's the divide between average coffee in Paris and good coffee is huge.
It's huge. Yeah. But now you can get it. It's easier. There literally used to be like 2 shops back in the day.
Imagine.
Yeah.
I cut you off though, didn't I? So you got a $10 mixer.
Yeah.
You started delivering it to Oak Coffee Shop. Fryer.
And then I was so Oak Coffee Shop. Then it was Honor.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. He was the second. Then I mean a lot of these places are gone now. You remember Chris from Foundation?
Yeah, of course.
Then the pop-up that Tim and I did, we did a 6-month pop-up together at Beans on Fire.
Okay,
right when they had opened.
And now they've opened another one in Montmartre. But I realized something. What we're doing is we're getting too nostalgic.
We are.
When we want to show the Coulée Verte and we want to... this is called the teaser for later.
Yes.
These donuts that you've all heard about, that you've probably tasted. I saw Juan just said he loves Boneshaker.
Yay, thank you.
Did you know it's all vegan?
Oh yeah. So, surprise!
And nobody knew about it, maybe until this very minute. But we're going to talk about that in a second. Because we're going to keep walking. Yeah. Imagine that. This is your chance, everybody, to leave some comments and some questions now that you know who we're talking to and what we're talking about. And let that percolate for a little bit, coffee joke, while we back to the Coulée Verte and talk about this a little bit. A bit narrow for rollerblading.
Yeah, it didn't go well, dude. I'm just gonna put. Also, I'm not the most coordinated person in the world, but I feel like it's important to try things, right?
I think so.
Are you putting it down at my level?
No, I was putting it to the roses. I'm putting it to the roses. But check this out, everybody. I'm going to just step in here for a second. One of the beautiful things about coming up here and doing this this walk is you get this higher view alongside the buildings. And in the 12th arrondissement, we got these big, unusual, well, I say unusual, probably Housemania, but
the cones?
The domes, which were you following when I was obsessed with those? Have you heard this story?
No, I want to hear the story.
Okay, so I'll show everyone. Oh, there's someone in there.
Oh, hello.
How much do we zoom before?
I know, I was going to say, I'm not sure that person is wearing clothes.
I think he's wearing yellow. So I was obsessed. I still am. I love those things. And I remember I took pictures and I shared them. And I always, I did Instagram stories and I circled them in the distance. I said, someone get me in one of these.
Oh, yeah, I do remember. Yes.
And then ring. A resident in the, what would have been, 17th arrondissement was like, I live in one. Do you want to come and have a look?
Yeah.
And it was amazing. I'll tell you the weirdest thing about it. It was a perfectly circular one.
Yeah.
And I went in there and it was a lovely lady that listened to the show and I interviewed her. And the weirdest thing, she had a sofa right in the middle of that sort of conical or, round room.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm obsessed with sound or that I think about it a lot, but as the podcast side of me, I have to, I guess.
Yeah.
When I'm sitting in the middle of the room, I could hear my echo coming from every side, and it was mind-boggling experience. And I couldn't do it. I was like, no, we have to move. We can't sit
as
here.
in kind of when you're on the phone and it's echoing back a little bit?
With 8 people, it just didn't make sense. And she was like, I guess I must be used to it. I was like, are you kidding? I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, no, I'd be the same.
It was so weird. I'd never really felt it before. So that's a downside. Yeah, these arches are I think some of them have totally, as we walk, you guys will see that it's sort of gradually, there's bamboo tunnels coming up. There's and for the people who want a bit of a history lesson, I said it used to be the railway line connecting Pastry with the suburbs on the other side of Bois de Vincennes.
Yeah.
And then what happened, they built all the metros, they didn't need it, they changed all of Pastry and they're like, we don't need this anymore. So it just sat sort of dormant.
Yeah.
And then they had this idea to turn it into a living space, a walking elevated walkway, I guess they call it. And the world took note. So
when did they do that? Do you know when it was transformed?
I know that it opened 30 years ago.
Okay.
1993.
So it's kind of recent.
Recent, but I tried to.
For me, I'm like, it's 1993. I was like, yesterday.
I mean, no, you're right, because the bridge is old. The bridge is from 18 something.
You're right, yeah.
Right, but I actually, you say it's recent, and I thought it was recent too, but then I thought it'd be really fun a while back to interview one of the urban planners that made it.
Yeah.
And they're all really old now.
Yeah.
And don't have have email addresses and stuff.
yeah.
I couldn't get any of them. But I thought it'd be such a cool story because
be,
now,
yeah.
like, the New York High Line in Manhattan, inspired by this, directly inspired by this.
Right, yeah.
And same within Chicago, they were opening something new. I was just researching it before. And you can also just peer into everybody's
apartments and look at naked people.
If you so wish to. He's got clothes on too.
Damn.
Oh, that's some little insects.
I know, now we're walking through.
So I haven't been looking at questions, but I'm assuming people have been sending them in. So
sure.
I'm gonna see what we got here.
Yep.
Okay, Debbie Hall, looking at heart surgery in the near future. Sorry to hear that, but I'm looking for healthy desserts because I have a sweet tooth and I'm gonna miss desserts the most when I have to eat more healthy. What's your immediate cure for that, Amanda?
Okay, so my desserts, I will be very honest, they're not necessarily healthy. They don't use animal products. So, you know, you're going to be reaping the benefits of not using any animal products, of which there are many. However, to be perfectly honest, I don't pay attention to like fat or sugar levels when making my dessert. The idea really for me was to recreate traditional pastry just without using any animal products. So there is a lot of sugar. There are calories. But there are also a lot, so it depends on kind of what your definition of healthy is.
Well, this will make Irene happy. I like fat and sugar.
Okay, good. Yeah, lady after my own heart.
But I mean, that's bad news for Debbie Hall, but maybe there's got to be something.
I mean, as I said, and first of all, anything in moderation. And if you are eliminating things like eggs, you know, dairy, that you are going to get some, you know, some benefits from that. So
there you go. More questions. There's loads of comments here.
Okay.
Oliver's walks always feel like a party, says Lynn.
Woo!
That's good.
Yeah.
What ingredient is left out, Cindy begins,
yes.
/ replaced to make your donuts vegan?
Oh, well, it depends. So when I was first making them back in 2015, I was using eggs, butter, and milk. So I had to kind of, I guess, it wasn't even a case of replacing those ingredients. It was sort of reformulating the recipe to not need them. So in our donut recipe, a big one that I lean on is aquafaba, which is the juice you get from chickpeas.
Uh-huh.
That's an excellent egg replacement, just FYI. And then it really depends on the recipe. So we use a little bit of sunflower oil for fat. We use some oat milk. But I go through all of that in the book. So at the beginning of the book as well, I have a whole list of all the different replacements and substitutions that you can use and when and why you might want to use them.
And a bunch of vignette stories about your time in Paris. In fact, all of the recipes start with a little bit of Amanda touch.
Yeah, like some kind of nice. Ridiculous situation.
I really liked it. I liked it. So for everyone at home, I've got the copy. I read through all the words that aren't recipes.
Yeah.
So I figure I'll look at the recipes when I'm trying something out. But loved it, and the pictures are beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, they
illustrations
were shot by,
as well by.
Yeah, so the illustrations are by my friend Jessie Cantaloupe-Weiner. She's an extraordinary.
She's been on the show, friend of the show.
Yeah, well, she's amazing. And then the photographs are by a really well-known Paris-based photographer named Joanne Pye.
Yes, I've seen
stunning.
her stuff. Yeah.
So I was really lucky
Slice
with the team.
Pie online, I think.
Yes, is her Instagram. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I've just zoomed in on somebody up there. I don't think anyone's up there. But I want to start. It's really, people at home remind me, and Amanda remind me that it's really important we don't just show the walk, because part of the fun is seeing
what we're
Paris from above, because you don't get.
No.
Especially like as when we go over there, so you don't get this view onto the buildings like this, because everything's obviously.
Of course, on ground level. I think.
But I love that.
It's beautiful. I think what's so cool about this walk is it's that real mix of kind of when you're in the garden area, you get that sort of like, wow, you don't feel like you're in Paris.
Yeah.
And then you get these gaps where you're looking at this beautiful Haussmannian architecture, and it's like quintessential Paris. So it's kind of like a really perfect mashup.
And sometimes you get people doing dance,
sometimes
TikToks
you get
and stuff.
people doing TikTok dances.
Although no one's
They're
filming
pretty good.
now. It's just us filming.
Oh yeah.
Okay. See, look, we talk about when the plants come over the top. This one's okay. A few more questions, and remember, we can answer anything about everything.
Yes.
We're here.
Nothing is off limits.
Oh, be careful. So do you think you keep left or right when you?
Let's go left because there's nobody on the left.
Someone asked a while before, can you bring dogs up here? Yes, you can. And there's a cool thing up here. You can't bring bikes or you can't
Maybe you're not supposed to roller skate.
No, actually, maybe no, you can't bring bikes, but roller skating, who knows? But there's very clear signs around the place that say if you're running,
Yeah.
you give way to the walkers because this is a walkway.
Cool.
And I think that is
Nice.
Yeah. And the flies have been following
Yeah,
me.
that's because you're taller, so I'm reaping the benefits.
But they're not even flies. They're little. What are
gnats.
they? Gnats. Okay. Gnats with a G.
Yeah.
Gnats.
Gnats.
Okay.
Yeah.
I consider the Coulée to end at Parc Charles Péguy. Where do you think this walk ends? Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see. If everyone's like really mean to us and
Yeah,
says mean
exactly.
things about Boneshaker or the Earful Tower, it ends in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's.
That's about to be very entertaining.
I bet that looked good on the screen. I bet people freak out. And dogs, yeah, dogs are allowed. There's proof. Look, here's proof on the right.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. There's also dog poop on the. There's more proof.
France with Vero wonders, are we going all the way to Saint-Mandé? Who knows? Let's
Yeah,
see.
we'll
Let's see where we go. Hi, France with Vero. There are a lot of questions. Goodness me. Where do we look?
Look at this doggy.
There's more proof.
Hi.
Okay, this way. So a practical thing here.
Yeah.
There's a few elevators to get up here. None of them work.
Right, very French.
But there are stairways every, I don't know. We've probably passed 3 stairways so far.
Right.
So if you were somewhere in the area, like for example down at the Marché d'Aligre, which I really like down there,
Gorgeous. Yeah.
which is just to our left, if you were down there, you can pop up here almost directly. There's several close areas. So I mean, not everyone's going to come from Bastille, of
Right.
course. Okay, on the right. What does that mean?
I don't know.
We
I
were
guess
on the
we're
right.
supposed to- yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, I got a gnat in my eye.
She spoke English with us too.
Yeah.
But you should be on my right because
Okay.
the microphone's there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Uh,
We're all good.
Lynn says, you two are the most beautiful people. Keep walking and chatting, please. You see, she wants it to continue. Clever, Lynn. Yes.
Collaboration gets you everywhere.
Janet wants to know, and we'll stop and have a book chat again in a second. We'll do a giveaway soon.
Yeah. Cool.
With the quiz question or something, or
Yeah.
even, well, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
But how many of the gnats have you swallowed so far?
I know. Jesus.
What if we run really quickly
Yeah.
for? What did you just swallow? Oh, here we go. Someone said, who maintains the gardens? Who plants and trellises? Also, who does it? And it's the city hall that does it. That's easy. I've
Yeah.
seen them up here.
They do in fair. It's beautiful up here. It
Isn't
really
it?
is. Yeah.
Look, there's little. We got to keep remembering to show the sides because there's all these. Also, because we're in the 12th. The 12th is a little. I don't know the word. Maybe grittier than the 7th arrondissement, for example. You
Yeah.
get a lot more.
A little funky.
The revolution,
Yeah.
like grève is a strike, revolution. There's, people are putting political commentary and graffiti on the walls.
Yeah.
It's different, and I think that's kind of the charm of it. Look, this chair's all the way down. It's not your typical Eiffel Tower
No,
Paris,
exactly.
and well, that's the 12th arrondissement is a little bit like. How far in advance do you plan your monthly donuts?
Oh.
Wonders Cindy Green.
It depends. Some of them we have set as like we know every year. For instance, the Love Pump, which is inspired by Spinal Tap, which I think I've told you before. I realized
This is having deja vu.
Yeah, because what I laughed about it is that I didn't realize that like not many people know what that movie is. Do you ever have that?
I
where
know
you
that
like,
movie.
Yeah, I feel like people who know it
Yeah.
love it. Then
Yeah.
there's so when we named it, I thought like, oh, I'm so funny.
Yeah, so an
And
in-joke is a
right,
risk of it. Of
everybody
course.
was like, what are you talking about? But so like the Love Pump comes out, we know that's February's flavor. The May West are like rhubarb and meringue.
I remember
donut.
talking about rhubarb with you last time.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
That comes out every May. And then otherwise, sometimes it's like the week before and I'll make one up.
Right.
So it depends. There's no rules.
I remember something I think about often is when we did that walk show. Last time we did a walk show was down Rue Montague,
Yes.
and we passed the Quincaillerie,
Oh, yes.
which is like a hardware shop.
Yeah, the Quinceaquillery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you said quintacalorie.
Quintacalorie,
So
yeah,
I've
yeah,
been
yeah.
quoting
Yeah.
that. Like I always think it's a quintacalorie myself now.
I can't ever really.
I want to sneak up here.
Count.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
That's why. This is really cool. I wish I'd researched it so I could remember exactly. So this is the local police station, and up there, they got the most amazing top balcony
Oh yeah, look at that.
So they run all the way around. You can't see because there's trees there, but it's based on some famous painting from the Louvre. I can't remember what it is. Someone can Google it so we can all learn. But Google Police Station 12th arrondissement statue, and it should be there in English. And they're incredible. And the cops, I assume, if they're up there, can walk right through like the stomach of those dudes.
No way.
Yeah, like it's cool. Open. Yeah, it's absolutely awesome. So someone find that out for me so we can all learn. And that's why there's a big police presence. And over there is ground control, which I talked about, I hope I talked about when we did the 12th arrondissement. Me and Lena did the 12th arrondissement episode. It's like, have you been there before?
Yeah, but ages ago. I haven't been in a long time.
So it's like kind of outdoor food hall, cheap, cool.
It's very cool.
Fun vibe, yeah. Well worth a look.
Definitely.
If you've just done a Coulée Verte walk. And if you're thinking, I don't want cool vibes or police stations, I just want nice walks that go through interesting architecture.
Wow.
Wow, I have a treat for you all. Look at this. The building goes between the apartments. And what a day for it.
I know, gosh, we really lucked out, didn't we? It's beautiful.
And it wasn't very nice yesterday either, I was thinking.
No. I know, I was kind of like, oh gosh. We'd be here in our umbrellas and scarves.
Here's a good question from Mark. I like this.
Yes.
The best way to enjoy Boneshaker? Question mark. It's got a lot coming here.
Okay.
Day? Question mark. Time? Question mark.
Yeah.
Sit down or take away, with or without BS coffee. And by BS, I don't think. I think he means Boneshaker.
Boneshaker. We'll say he means Boneshaker.
That's a great question.
That is a great question. Again, I think it really comes down to personal taste. Like, what do you want? So we moved across the street about 2 years ago. So me personally, I love the idea of coming in, sitting down, having a cup of coffee and eating your donuts. But when we started, so for the first like 5 years or so that we were open, we were essentially takeaway only in the other little place. So I would say for my ideal Boneshaker experience, I would say come in the morning because we tend to be really quiet. Because French people come in the afternoon for their afternoon goûter, like the afternoon snack.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come in the morning, you can get a seat, you can sit down, we'll have all the donuts, you know, because as well we make a lot, but since we want them all to be fresh, you know, we make them fresh in the morning.
Not allowed.
Not allowed. And then when we sell out, we sell out. So we close at 6 during the year, 4:30 in the summertime.
Do you guys sell out pretty much every day?
Not anymore. So we did at the old shop.
Because you got a bigger kitchen.
Well, yeah, my old kitchen was 8 meters squared, which I don't know what that is in feet, but it's like a closet.
Nobody does.
Yeah.
Nobody does.
Americans do.
No, but they can't. They can't do the.
Exactly.
Nobody
that's what I'm saying.
can.
So I don't know what it is. It's a closet. I was working in a closet. And
but I just want to stress something, because the way you said it, maybe people don't realize. The Boneshaker that people maybe been to in the past, we're talking across the road and 5 doors down.
Exactly.
Is a bigger space, fairly newly open.
Yep.
What are we talking? 2 or 3 years or something?
Not just under 2 years.
Okay, there you go.
It's super new.
So anyone thinking, how can you sit in that place? We're talking about the new place.
Yeah,
right?
we moved.
Yeah.
We moved just across the street.
Here's another elevator, by the way.
Yeah, is it working?
What do you think?
I'm gonna go with yes.
Yes?
Sure.
Good luck.
No, I would be wrong. I was going to try to be, optimistic.
No, and I want to point this out. So this is what I just mentioned before. This is a walking space, and then for some reason, in inverted commas, maybe it's a quote or something.
Somebody, the great Gandhi once said.
Yeah, Baudelaire probably. Jogging is tolerated, but as long as you don't disturb the walkers. And this is a city of walkers, so it's nice. They're respected, the flâneurs, like us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another little doggy up here.
There you go, 86.111283 square feet.
Oh, fab. Thank you.
There you go. Thanks, Jacqueline.
Thank you.
Very specific. What were we talking about?
Oh, I think they were just asking when to come in. So I said, come in the morning, have a cup of coffee, let me make you a donut.
Is it like, do you do like discount donuts at the end of the day? Is that a mean question to ask? Because then everyone starts coming in at 6 p.m.
I'm like, shut up, Oliver.
There's only truth. There's only truth on this show.
Yes, we do though. So depending on how many we have left over, if we have left over, we either just give them in to people who come at the end of the day, or we give them to neighbors.
But you're talking to people, Earful Tower followers, right?
Yeah.
Are some of the kindest, most supportive people in the known universe.
Right.
These are the kind of people who, if they came at the end of the day, wouldn't ask if there's a discount.
Oh, I don't give them to people.
No, but they wouldn't even ask.
I know. So then they would get one.
If anything, they're probably putting a tip in the tip jar. These guys are great. Look, there's 99 people, 36 likes. That is an atrocity, though. The reason I say this, Amanda, is because when people like a video,
Yeah.
YouTube goes, oh, these guys are good.
Oh, yeah.
We'll make sure that they survive.
Right. Give us some likes,
Yeah,
you guys.
36, and I'm not very happy
Oh,
about it.
37.
Good,
Ow!
good, it worked. Here's the pond in the middle of it all.
Yeah.
But you didn't think you'd be seeing this.
I sure didn't.
This might not have been here when you were doing your
I
roller.
probably would have fallen in.
Was it roller skates or roller blades?
Roller skates.
Big
okay,
difference, yeah.
Big difference.
So we have to go on the right.
Okay.
That's what she told us, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Was she a monk?
I think she was a monk.
Yeah.
Which, incidentally, get this.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure in Swedish the word for donut is monk.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Deadly.
It all makes sense.
Okay, yeah, it's all coming
It all
together.
makes sense. Now, monk though I think it is, but hey.
Yeah, close enough.
Look, okay, people are focusing on the square meter and footage, so
Okay,
we'll get into this as well.
But you guys get it. It's small, right? Like
Sure.
I was...
1 meter is close to 3 feet, so 8 meters is close to 80 square feet. Maybe you're right. Where does the name Boneshaker come from? Says Paula.
It's an old... So basically it has
Can
no...
I answer this one?
Yeah, go for it.
It has no. I wonder where you're going with that. It has nothing to do with donuts
Right?
or pastry, but there was an
Yeah.
old bicycle.
Yes, the original bicycle.
The original bicycle in 2021, where it would shake people's bones, and you guys like that idea of shaking things up in Paris.
Sure.
How good was that?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, yes, it's an old bicycle, and I just like, so it was made in France, and when it went over to the Americans started calling it Boneshaker, so I kind of liked the very loose French-American connection.
Good.
Although for us it was reversed, because, well, every culture has a donut, blah, blah, if you want to be nitpicky about it, but like the donuts that we do, you know, kind of originate in America, and we brought them over here, and also I just thought it sounded cool.
Yeah, I love it. I
Do you
love
know?
it. It's a great name. It's got edge.
Yeah.
It's got edge. I'll give you that for sure. Andy Schiff says, we're going to be in the 12th. Where in the 12th are you? I'll be there in a month. I'll tell you exactly where we are. Well, if you see the start of the video, we're at the Bastille, and we've walked 20 minutes from that, meaning we're half an hour walk from the Bastille, headed west.
There you go.
On the Promenade Plantée, the Coulée Verte,
Yes.
or the Elevated Walkway.
Yes, absolutely.
12th arrondissement. I'm going to say it now.
Go
Next
for
big
it.
thing.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Yeah, next big thing. That's it.
Next
It's
big.
the
Oh,
next
it's
big
the
thing.
next
Wow, that
big-
was an
yeah.
anticlimax.
Sorry, dude.
It feels like the Marais is gonna eventually like bleed over into this part of town. I'm expecting really cool places to open around here.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised. There's been a lot more comments and likes coming in, so we'll sit
Okay,
down and have a
good.
look at them in a second. But
Great.
one thing we haven't addressed at all is we addressed it a little bit, but
Yeah.
under our feet is the old viaduct, like big old archways,
Yeah.
quite beautiful, and they've
They are
all
really
got
beautiful.
these like interesting shops and factories.
Yes, very
like,
cool. Yeah.
Like there's gin makers down there.
Yep.
There's chocolate makers.
Yeah.
There's a new one that just opened with marionette. They got
Oh,
marionettes in.
that's so cool.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that you can actually find, I mean, obviously they're not everywhere, but there are still like marionette shops here. I
Yeah.
think that's amazing.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy. There's no Starbucks or anything down there. It's not that kind of vibe at all.
No.
We just have a little look down here, and then we're going to continue. It looks like that bridge is being closed off up there, so we might have to go around. But the reason I brought up that viaduct is because we just got to the end of it. Repeating Irene's question, says Carl Beam, what measurement system is used in the book?
Oh, both.
Good
Ta-da!
question, Irene and Carl.
Yeah, so because I'm based in France, but the book is being published in the US, I have both metric and US measurement systems. You got cups and grams, baby.
There you go. It's good. These questions are coming through about the Coulée Verte and Boneshaker. It's keeping us on our toes.
Yeah.
Does anyone know if the Coulée Verte is the first of the elevated parks made from former railway stations, says Gary? I can answer that. Yes.
Cool.
First in the world. I looked it up today.
That's
First
awesome.
in the world and not the last.
Yeah.
People are inspired. Going green, baby.
It's beautiful. Like it is. It's a really, really cool idea.
Unfortunately, usually you'd go over this bridge and there's a park that we get a really cool view of. But unfortunately, they seem to have closed it off. Who knows why, but we'll have to go around through the park. Or, I want to look at this first.
Okay.
Or, if you guys are thinking this is a lame old walk, we can just stop it here.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Give it a like if you want us to keep going.
Yeah.
Of course, we're going to keep going. I'm just making sure everyone's...
Paying attention.
Yeah. This weirdly, it's super weird. I was looking at another book about Paris today, and it had a chapter on sundials.
Yeah.
And this is one of the biggest. So, isn't it crazy? This is the shadow of this.
Can you read a sundial?
Sure.
Go on.
Well, we started this walk at 7 p.m.
Exactly.
So, oh look, okay, so the shadow
deadly.
is going to VI, which is 6, and daylight savings.
Right, yeah.
But it's going towards 5. It's wrong. I need to take it back to the shop.
Yeah. Moving swiftly.
Yeah, stupid sundial. We're not here for sundials anyway.
We're not here for sundials.
Look, a million comments saying keep going.
Okay, we're going.
We're going to go through the park, and then we're going to have a brief sit and rest and do a giveaway.
Okay, fab.
And then we're going to continue. But maybe we should start thinking about this giveaway, or at least give everyone the heads up to be near the keyboard to start typing.
Yeah, we're going to ask you a question.
If you're watching this from the other side of the room, you're being silly. You need to be closer.
Yeah.
1992 is when this park is from.
Okay, lovely.
And it's open. That's all you need to know.
Does this mean you can hold birds?
Let me see. Yeah, that's exactly what it means.
Okay.
It means it's encouraging you to catch birds and pick the flowers.
That's what I thought.
That's exactly what we're going to be doing.
All right, let's go see if we can catch some birds.
And pick some flowers.
And pick some flowers.
Well, here's a good place to start. I think I know this park well because when my son was born.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Do I get to say thanks for that?
Sure, yeah.
When he was born, I had to go to the town hall. Great story I've never told on the show before. I'm not going to tell it now either.
Oh,
I'm saving it.
I was going to say.
It's great.
Okay, well.
It's great.
I will be tuning in for that one.
Well, it might be in a book one day.
Ow, ow.
I had to, you know what you have to do, you have to register their existence.
Yeah, oh, I know, I've done it twice.
And it is a nightmare. A nightmare. And I had to do it at the town hall, and it was this town hall.
Oh.
So after I did it, or after I failed to do it, I came and sat in this park and questioned
With
everything.
your head in your hands.
Wow, what a story. What a story. I'll tell you after.
Okay, yeah, tell me after. Because, I can really. Actually, luckily, I didn't have to do it because I was in the hospital.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a bunch of confused guys. A lot of them who, like, just for everyone at home, just to get the story a little bit, you have to go in and, like, register a name and the existence of the kid within 3 days or risk mega fine and imprisonment.
Yes.
Which they told me.
Yeah.
Because I was really chill about it.
You're like, it's cool.
And there's all these like dads in there who obviously they've done nothing compared to the lady here.
Of course.
But I just want to say they're all in there going, what the heck is going on? This is like my whole life just changed, and now I got to do more paperwork.
Yep.
And if I'm wrong, I'm in serious trouble.
Poor darlings, you have to do
That's
paperwork.
why I prefaced it. That's why I prefaced it with that thing. No, but it was crazy. All right. Wait till you see the way I've written it.
Oh, but I can't wait.
Oh, thanks,
It'll be amazing.
Oh,
so this is the bridge that we couldn't go on, is it right? It's very cool.
This is nice, isn't it? How many of you guys watching have been here before? That's what I want to know. In a weird way, those gnats are kind of beautiful.
They are.
Can you see them at home?
Less beautiful when they're swarming all around your face, but they are quite.
Yeah, then I think it's because they're not swarming on us that they seem so beautiful. And the bridge is nice.
It is really nice.
When were you going to sit down somewhere?
Yeah, but should we find a...
Here? No.
No.
We'll find a bench. It will speak to us.
Yeah.
Mark's been here many times, all right. When I registered my child's name, they said it was required because we don't want anyone named Napoleon. Oh. That's true, actually.
They're very strict about the names.
There are some names like Nutella.
Yeah, that are
fraise, like strawberry fraise, that they say
allowed.
no. I think this is our bench over here.
Yep, this is our bench.
If I knew this place existed, no, I never knew this place existed. I'll make sure to check it out when we get back. It says Pink Cadillac 42. Cool name too.
Yeah, that is a cool name. Pink Cadillac. Remember that song?
I know Red Corvette. Is that what you mean?
No.
Okay.
Riding in the back.
Hello, everybody. For those of you who have just tuned in, because more people are watching than when we began, this is Amanda Bankert.
Yeah, Bankert. Yeah.
What did I say?
You said that. I think.
Bankert.
Yeah. It's Australian accent or American accent.
I'm Oliver G. Earful Tower, Boneshaker. I'm bringing back videos. Because I think it's fun. And also the season I'm doing currently, the show, the AB season, going from, it's H tomorrow.
Okay.
What do you think it's going to be? H is for...
I mean, could we do Léal?
No,
Okay.
well, you could actually. I mean,
I mean, yeah.
Or maybe I'm just throwing you off because it is that. So if anyone's new around here, I'm just going to plug my own thing for a second.
Yeah, go for it.
The A to Z, the A to Z of Paris and France, where I picked a letter and focused. I've really honed in on it. So last week was G is for Guillemot, Hector Guillemot, did the metro entrances and everything. And then I really did a deep dive into it, shared pictures, went to museums, all this. And it means that when a friend has a book out and I want to talk about it, it doesn't really fit into G is for Guillemot. So I thought I'd do some videos and get some extra stuff out. And the beauty of it is we get to hang out and people get something to watch that's hopefully entertaining, educational, interesting, and fun.
All of the above.
This is Amanda, runs Boneshaker Donut Shop and the Brownie Shop, the cafe.
Yep.
I saw someone asked if there was the old one still exists, and it does.
No.
It doesn't at all? I saw it.
The building exists.
You're not there at all anymore?
No, we've closed it down because we kept it open for the first year just to kind of let people adjust to the fact that we were across the street.
Right.
And we were selling our brownies there because we've always done a few brownies and they tend to, do well. But so now we've just moved everything over to the big shop. So we're actually selling the original space, which is like so sad, end of an era. But also like I didn't really need to shop across the street from each other. Do you know what I mean? And so this new space is much bigger. There's places to sit down,
I get it.
But we just wanted a little bit of a transitional period. So
Cool. Where someone was in there going, nah, it's on there.
literally all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Are you going to miss that little place?
so much.
Yeah.
When we got that first place, it didn't even have running water.
Yeah.
It didn't have electricity. Like we literally built the entire, it was extraordinarily DIY.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'll miss that place.
Yeah.
Although it was kind of too popular. Like I remember sometimes I come and there'd be a line, which it must be nice to have.
Well, but that's why eventually, I mean, we knew we would always probably have to expand, but it really did get to the point where I think, it just, nobody could ever kind of come in and sit down. And it's really, I really want people to be able to come in, sit down, have a chat, sit with your friend. That's part of the fun of going to get like a coffee or and a pastry or whatever.
And you're in a really cool district as well.
Yeah.
The second is so cool. It's
lucked
at the
out,
end of so for those, when I say second, top of Rue Montaguet essentially, where there's the arch, kind of like the ones we've been walking under. Keep going forward, there's the big Tintin making out with Captain Haddock.
Yeah.
Basically, we're talking about right under there. That's where the new one and the old one are. And it's just such a cool area. I used to live down the road a little bit.
Which would have been amazing, yeah.
So go and visit. A lot of people are saying they're going to go visit you. And that little place with the line was cool because I knew the secret handshake with the bouncer, so I could always get in ahead of everybody else. No, but now there's no queue. So at least I haven't seen a queue at the new place.
No. There's
good. Well, then it's working right.
It's working.
Juan says, building a business and a life from the ground up. What a great story. Ruth says, sounds great. Look forward to visiting. Lynn says, Amanda, is there a support system for Paris, for women entrepreneurs in Paris?
In what way? Like an official one, do you think? Or
she means official, I can tell.
There probably is.
Or maybe there's a lot of networks of...
Yeah, I think it's more about, yes, there is. If you want to send me a message and I can put you in contact with some
There's
people.
also, I know we're talking about women here, and I've already said the wrong thing talking about childbirth by the sound of it. But there's also male and female entrepreneur help. Like we've helped each other.
Of course.
Past.
There's a great support system.
Late night phone calls between entrepreneurs around Paris.
Yeah, literally.
In tears.
Yes, being like, what do I do?
It happens an awful lot because it is not easy. And the worst thing is, those things don't make for interesting stories for books and blog posts.
Right.
It's so, you know what it's a bit like? It's telling people your dreams when they don't really want to hear it. Isn't it like that?
Yeah, I totally agree.
Like, I had the best dream the other night.
Right, and everybody's like...
Yeah, it's the same when people go, I got a terrible admin story, listen to this. French admin story. Don't want to hear it.
Well, other entrepreneurs want to hear it, though.
If they can help or learn from it or something, but not like...
But I think because we can all relate.
Why are we even talking about it? Sorry, there was an important one here.
Where can we buy the book?
That's very important.
Oh yeah, that is very important.
But we're gonna talk about book and sec. This one was
sorry.
quick vegan question from Jody. Do I understand correctly that I can use the leftover chickpea liquid from canned chickpeas as egg substitute?
Yes. So it's called aquafaba. That's like the name.
How do you spell that?
A-Q-U-A... Faba for bean. A-Q-U-A-F-A-B-A. Sorry, putting me on the spot now.
What's fava? Is that a thing?
Oh yeah, shit.
I
mean, I don't know. It's called aquafaba. But yes, so basically, drain your chickpeas and either within either in a can or in glass. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of, you can't use it, to my knowledge, if you've soaked your chickpeas. I think you need to buy, it's the liquid that they are canned in. Yeah, exactly. And so when you strain your chickpeas, though, save that kind of viscous fluid, and it makes it an excellent egg substitute.
Thank you so much for the advice, says Jody. I have a question before we get into the book. Aquafaba, you had it exactly right. Aquafaba. It sounds like a password, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone said what the police thing was. And I really want to know that personally.
Yeah.
So someone read it again. The police on the station. What was that from the Louvre? Now let's grab your book out again and have a little flick through it.
Okie dokie.
And then we had a little pre-chat about a way we can do a giveaway. I think it's kind of fun, but you'll have to whisper the answer to me so I can help you. But let's look through the book a little bit.
All right, here.
I said it was beautiful pictures and beautiful watercolors and beautiful recipes and beautiful words. Let's have a little look. What have we got here?
That's the creme brulee recipe. And I think one of the cool things, so the whole reason that I wrote the book is that, that's me as Mary.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
That's amazing.
But the whole reason I wrote the book is because the bakery wasn't vegan when I first opened it. And then I went vegan in 2019, Aquafaba. There we go.
Bingo.
Used for the meringues. And once I went vegan, I didn't want to use, animal products in my business either. So I secretly transitioned all of the recipes to being vegan. It took me about a year, and I had to do it in a way where none of my clients would notice that I had changed the recipes. And then so I ended up doing that. So basically, slowly over the course of the year, I was able to replace the donuts. I was able to replace, and that's the donut recipe. That's our original vegan donut recipe. We've tweaked it a little bit. But
Is that the OG?
That's the OG.
That's my favorite. That's so boring. That's my favorite, though, isn't it?
It's delicious, though. You can't go wrong with a good plain glazed donut.
That's named after me, as I always say.
There you go, and I named it after you.
But it's not really.
Macaron. And anyways, so I took those techniques then and put them in the book.
Can we talk about this trickery a little bit? Pulling the animal-friendly wool over everybody's eyes.
Yes.
It's kind of a brave thing to do. So,
Thanks.
like, did you sort of go? Did you debate? Should I just make a big deal and say I'm vegan and get people who are looking for vegan places to come along, or were you like?
No, definitely not.
Why not?
Because I knew that, because I used to also think the same way. I know as somebody who is obsessed with food, loves good food, that there was a time before I went vegan where I just had this preconceived notion that the food wouldn't be as good. And so I thought I thought it's not really necessary to fill the shop with only vegans. I want everybody to be able to enjoy the food, and I don't want the focus to be on the fact that it's vegan. I want it just to be delicious.
So it's not that you're trying to convert people or anything. It's just like
no, and you kind of can, in the sense that I think the great thing is if people eat it and they're like, this is awesome, and especially when it's filled with cream or something like that, and then if they ask, you're able to be like, and it's vegan or whatever, then you've kind of proven in that little way that it is possible that so there is that kind of element, and vegans will always ask what they can eat. Like, again, as a vegan, I know any restaurant I go to, I'm like, what can I eat? So I didn't think I'd be alienating vegan people either. Right. We had vegan options from the word go, so vegans always knew they could come in.
Your raspberry donuts are our favorite donuts in the world.
Oh, thank you so much. That's awesome.
Cindy Green.
Thanks, Cindy.
I realized I did a faux pas. I've done a couple now.
I didn't notice.
No, I noticed, but someone said, where can they find your book? And I said, we'll talk about that in a second. That's mean. I shouldn't have said that. I should have said, it's linked below.
I don't mind at all.
No, but that's bad form as an interviewer. I should have said, it's linked below, and then continued.
Okay,
Sure. So you guys can scroll down as we're talking. There's a link that goes to Boneshaker /book or something where you can click it to Amazon. You can pre-order copies. That always helps new books coming out.
Yeah, I think nowadays in the States, so it's anywhere that books are sold, you should be able to pre-order it. So like I put the Amazon link up on our page because from France, that's probably the easiest. But in the US, it's your local bookshop should have it.
Just search the book.
Search
that's how it works. You can probably find it in everywhere. Walmart and everything, they have it.
I hope so,
I remember because when I put my, I'm not here to talk about my books, but when I put my book.
We should talk about your book.
No, faux pas. When I put it, because I self-published it, and when I put it up so that it was on Amazon, it went everywhere. And I was like, wow, you can find it in Walmart, which was crazy to me.
I know.
But then in the next books, I didn't do that, and so you can't find them anywhere.
You should. It's fun. Like I saw mine's available at Target, and for me, I was like, oh my god, Target! So cool.
Ellen says it's on Amazon as we speak.
Woo!
Imagine people. Does it give you a little rush?
Of course it does.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad that we're all
Please
part of it.
order it.
Yeah, no, these guys know what to do. There'll be 104 pre-orders at the end of this.
Oh, we got the statues.
Statues are based on Michelangelo's Dying Slave.
Interesting choice for a cop shop.
Yeah. I wonder that's weird. But it was a very
very beautiful.
Pink Cadillac's daughter loves baking. I have to get her a copy. There you go. Looks yummy, great daughter, looks stunning. Too many. This message was hidden. Whoa.
Oh,
What was that? Now we're gonna do just ordered from Gail. There
Yay!
you go.
Oh, that's so amazing. Thank
Cool.
you so much.
And will they be on sale in the shop as well?
Yeah, we'll sell them in the shop too. Yeah.
I realize there might be people who are going, I'm not going to order one because there's a free one at hand.
Oh, yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to give one away, and then the other 103 of you can fight against the internet to get one. But what we're going to do is Amanda's got in her head her favorite. Do you have it in your head?
Well, I thought maybe we would change
say
it up a little bit. No,
Okay,
but I thought what we could do maybe is I put a very American ingredient in our madeleines, seeing as we were talking about madeleines earlier.
Okay.
Should we see if people can guess what that ingredient
Okay, well, there
is?
you go. Well, then whisper to me, really quietly. Okay. Whoever writes that, was just whisper in my ear first, wins a book sent from Paris, signed by Amanda.
Yeah. So basically, the thing is, I like to do with our pastry. Often our recipes are, so it's an American ingredient. I like to mash up American and French pastry technique. So I add a very American ingredient to our madeleines.
Okay.
So
Here are the wrong guesses: peanut butter, marshmallow, cinnamon, sugar. Sugar's not very American, is it?
I mean, we like sugar.
Come on, guys, there's a free book.
Come on, keep going.
And we'll give clues if everyone's off for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Whoa, vanilla, pumpkin.
Oh, somebody got it.
The answer's maple syrup.
Yeah, Paula got it.
Was it Paula that said it first?
Yeah, Paula got it.
It's coming in too quick. Paula Wright. So far, the rest of you wrong, but Paula Wright.
Paula Wright.
Luckily, it wasn't Paula Wright who bought the one off. But there you go, Paula Wright. The rest of you, you're all wrong. But thanks for guessing. Those guesses, because sometimes people watch 5 minutes delayed for some reason, so people are going to be saying this for the rest of our walk. See what I mean? Maple syrup is Canadian.
My mom is from Vermont. Okay, she would not be. I mean, they do make maple syrup in Canada, but
now
my
you've
mom's
done a faux pas. Woo!
That's not a faux. Ask. Is anybody here from Vermont? And because they have very strong opinions on maple syrup.
It doesn't matter anyway because you get to set the rules.
Sure.
Paula Wright, send me an email and we'll hook you up. And let's keep walking.
Vermont maple syrup, Ohio too. Yes, Janet.
There you go, Janet. Shall we keep walking?
Yeah, we'll keep walking.
Whew, that was fun. God, I got stressed out from that.
I was like, oh God.
It reminded me, I don't know, we did these pub quizzes during the lockdowns, me and Lena.
Yeah.
Where we
they were great.
They were fun.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk about people wanting them to come back.
You should definitely do that.
I don't know about that. But it got so stressful.
Yeah.
Because it was fun too, but it was stressful that people took it really seriously.
Yeah,
and if you get a detail wrong, and then people are like, no, it wasn't 1943.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was panic stations. There were some famous ones. I think I said Rihanna was American when she was from.
Yeah, that's unforgivable.
Gosh, I forgot. She's
from Barbados.
That's right.
Come on, man.
I know, and it was like a really long question, and then everyone just chewed me up for it. Ooh, what fun we have! And this is my job.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
Well, don't walk into it.
That's my job too. So this, as you guys will notice, the walkways changed dramatically. We were above Paris.
Yes.
Looking over Haussmannian buildings.
Yes.
And suddenly, we're on ground level. The train line continued. That's why it looks like this.
Yes.
And the park continues. But it's super different, isn't it?
Even we're no longer elevated, I'd say.
That's probably the main bit, isn't it?
Massive
but look, no, it's not just that. Look, like these buildings are so far from Haussmannian.
Yeah.
With an H.
Haussmannian, yes.
H is for Haussmann.
Oh.
Could be. Or not.
Or not.
A lot of people seem to think it will be. Who knows?
I wonder why that is.
So, this is a super different vibe. It feels like a whole different neighborhood. I guess it is, right?
I think it is, yeah.
And as it continues, for some reason we both just were drawn to the left.
Yeah.
What was that about?
I don't know.
And then it continues
Maybe
like...
it's just turned into like a paranormal tour.
There have been a few weird things. That ball flying past, the monk telling us...
Yelling at us.
People can watch the replay. She wasn't really...
Yeah, exactly. Like, there was no monk.
I don't think monks yell either.
No, she didn't yell. She's sternly...
No.
She's sternly...
No. Let's see. Thank you so much. Keep going. Clue. Was that... It was maple syrup, Janet.
No.
Oh, no, for the episode
for
tomorrow.
that House Mania.
What do you mean House Mania? For H?
Yeah.
You mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Think Paris. There you go.
Okay, great. Thanks for that.
You know what I will tell you though? There's so many, like even just then when I was going to give a clue, I was thinking of a clue that could potentially lead to other H words.
Yes.
And straight away I thought Victor Hugo.
Oh yeah,
that'd be a good one, which it isn't.
That would be a good one, yeah.
And I just think I could easily do the whole alphabet again, maybe 3 times over.
Well, yeah.
Because of how many things there are.
What did you do for A?
Arago. The have you seen Da Vinci Code?
Yeah.
You know how he follows that rose, like gotta follow the rose line.
Yeah.
Well, that rose line is called the Arago line. It's not actually called a rose line. They just made that up.
Right.
And it's the prime meridian that runs through Paris, and you can find these things on the ground that say Arago.
I saw that. Oh yeah, I did see that.
So that was like a hidden.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I mean, of all the things about Paris being with A, that's probably not even.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because I was like,
See how many there's different things it could be.
Yeah.
This street, for anyone wanting to figure out where we are, it's called Allée Vivaldi, 12th arrondissement. And someone said the tunnel is my favorite part, and the tunnel I think is just up ahead. And I can tell you, we're not going to see it from this side, but that building there, if we were on the other side of it, is one of the railway stations from this railway line that we're on.
Oh, cool.
So it says at the front, it's like Gare de whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it looks like a train station, but now I think it's a crèche,
Yeah, it looks like a crèche.
for children to, well, everyone knows what a crèche is. So here's where I think we take a huge gamble. There's a tunnel.
Yes.
Internet famously doesn't work in tunnel.
Okay. I really do feel like this is turning into a paranormal tour, by the way. It should definitely. I'm like, we have abandoned railway stations going into the tunnel.
So we're going to try and walk through the tunnel and see what happens. If it cuts out, we'll hopefully come out on the other side. But if it cuts out for good, this is a really good chance to say...
Bye, maybe.
Bye, maybe. It's been lovely walking with you.
Yeah.
I am actually going to do a legit... You're going to have to jump up on this thing.
Okay, so I can be your height, you mean?
Yeah. In front of this different building. Check this out. So, I'm not kidding. No, okay. See, that's how it feels. If we don't make it through the tunnel that's just ahead.
Can we get like Blair Witch Project like,
that would be
footage?
cool.
Yeah.
This is the Coulée Verte, the Promenade Plantée, the Elevated Walkway. 30 years ago they built that. This is Amanda Bankert. Voila Vegan. The book is linked below. Everyone go out and order except Paula Wright. You could order it for your friend Paula. I mean, you could.
Yeah.
This is what happens. New book out. Spread the word. That's how it works. It's exciting.
Yay! Thanks, guys.
Otherwise, pop into Boneshaker.
Yep.
And say hello.
Say hi to me. I'm there all the time. Yeah, I'm findable.
If you're at the back, should they be like, Amanda?
Yeah, be like, is Amanda here?
That's what I do.
That's what you do. Exactly. And it works, right? So, yeah.
So far.
Yeah. Tell them Oliver sent you.
It's always a good idea. We're going to try and walk through this tunnel. Let's see what happens. We could keep going. Hey, look, roller skates, rollerblades.
Yeah, should I strap on my roller skates?
Hey, you know what? Idea. Next video we do, on roller skates.
Okay.
I've never tried.
But you seem like the type of person who'd be good at that kind of stuff. I am
That's
not.
a lovely thing to say, but I don't know where you got that from.
You're athletic, right?
Oh, well, maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll be good at it. Let's see.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. I will not be.
Well, that will make the video all the better.
All the more amusing, yes.
Pink Cadillac says, I'm going to introduce myself when I come into Boneshaker as Pink Cadillac 42.
Fabulous. Do you know the song Pink Cadillac that I'm singing?
I'll bet you Pink Cadillac knows it.
I know. Pink Cadillac, do you know the song?
She definitely knows it. I don't think that I do know it. Do you know who made it?
The song? No, I feel like it was in a movie soundtrack. It was like Pink Cadillac, push down the seat, riding in the back. No?
I don't know it, no. But that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that you... I'm not gaslighting you here. I'm sure it's a song. Okay, this is where it might cut out. Someone said show the art on these walls. Of course I will. If we see it.
I'm so scared right now. No.
Hey, this is really cool. It gets into like a jungle on the other side. So we've been walking for exactly an hour.
Wow, that's good.
There's 100 people watching.
How many likes did we get?
72?
72 likes, not too bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
If you got 72 out of 100 in a test, you'd be happy with that,
Yeah.
right? Oh, I'd be happy with that. Here's some of the art. Are you kidding me? It's Bruce Springsteen? How did I not know that?
Is there? I thought it was a woman singing.
Well,
it.
Aretha Franklin and Bruce
Oh,
Springsteen.
okay, that's the one then. I used to do dance routines to it with my friends. Like as a little girl. And made my parents sit through it, you know.
I'm surprised that it can't be one of the top 80 Bruce Springsteen songs.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was in a movie. Was it in Dirty
Okay.
Dancing?
Well, someone can tell us. That's the beauty of it.
Anyways,
There's
I have
100
a
people
whole
with the internet.
choreographed dance routine.
Well, that can
Want me to
also
do it
be
for you?
on roller skates.
On roller skates.
No, I love Bruce Springsteen. I know Pink Cadillac. I don't know Pink Cadillac,
Well, I'll send it to you.
But the commenter Pink Cadillac is one of the biggest Bruce Springsteen fans in the universe. Because she commented once, this is coming back to me now.
Yeah.
She's seen, maybe she'll say it here. She's seen Bruce Springsteen live in concert an incredible amount of times.
Because you know he just played here in like March. Because friends
Get
of
out
mine
of
from
town,
Virginia they came over to Paris specifically for the Bruce Springsteen concert.
I would have gone. Hey, we're still on.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you dare, okay, she said it. Pink Cadillac. Guess how many times she's seen Bruce? You can't look. Have a guess.
I'm gonna say 100.
Well, no, you've gone too high now.
Sorry. I don't know how long she's
88.
So okay, 100 is not.
Yeah,
that
I know, but
far
if you had
off
said 12.
Well, yeah, but the way you built it up,
Okay,
I felt like it
yeah.
could have been like 1 million.
You must be. I saw a clip of. I saw Elton John in concert recently.
That's cool.
It was really cool, and at the end, he started like people must have been holding something up in the air because he was like, "Oh, who's been here a lot? Oh, like Stephen, 60 times you've seen me."
Wow.
And they must have been holding up signs saying their name with 60.
Yeah.
So I think Pink Cadillac maybe holds up an 88 when she sees Bruce.
I think that would be a really good idea.
She's probably back and forth.
I saw Billy Idol recently,
Oh.
last month here.
In Paris?
Yeah, with Guns N' Roses.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really
A
cool.
lot of some of the famous old acts are coming to Paris lately, or France. I saw
yeah.
Bob Dylan recently.
Did you?
Yeah.
I saw Bob Dylan here like 20, again, in the roller skate era.
He wasn't in Paris, he came to Lyon.
Oh,
So
nice.
I popped down to Lyon.
How was he?
He was well, he's doing well.
He's good, Bob.
We didn't chat
Bobby,
much.
he's good.
He didn't chat much at all. This wall, people are commenting on the wall. If you're thinking it's the Philippe Auguste wall that I'm rather obsessed with, you are mistaken. It's not. And as such, I don't care anywhere near as much about it as I would if it was the other wall. But I don't know anything about it. It's the way that it's sloping down makes me think it's nothing.
Sorry,
It's not some.
Got something in my sandal.
It's not some inch. I don't think it's anything. I think it's a wall.
It's a wall.
There you go. Judith says, "I'm so excited to get the book since my 2-year-old grandson is allergic to eggs. Thank you for writing this."
Oh, you're welcome. Yay. I'm excited for you to get the book. That's awesome.
No, we haven't done it all.
What haven't we done?
Shown the backwards views every now and again.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go.
It looks exactly the same in this instance, but sometimes
I'm like, whoo!
crisis averted.
You guys have to see this.
No, but sometimes, like out on the elevated walkway, when you go through those 2 apartments, it looks cool from the other side. I didn't think, missed a trick. I'm doing a lot of faux
today,
pas,
yeah.
you know. The song is "Freeway of Love," and in brackets, "In My Pink Cadillac."
There you go. Oh, yeah, because I don't think, yeah, that sounds...
Freeway of Love. Guess what? You didn't cut out through the tunnel. Yep, this is true. Hey, Pink Cadillac seeing Bruce Springsteen next week in Philadelphia. 89.
Woo!
All right, we're going to keep going a little bit, but I'm also going to think about where we're going to end up if we just keep walking.
Well, that's true, exactly.
So without revealing our exact addresses,
Yeah.
it's not in my interest to go too far.
I hear you. I think we're on the same page in that.
Okay.
We got to get home to our families.
But what we'll do, I think, is we'll see what's on the other side of this tunnel.
Yeah.
Maybe beyond that curve where that lady is.
Sure.
And then we'll reevaluate our whole life.
Exactly. And then we'll...
We've also done our farewells anyway, so
I know, exactly. Well, we can just cut the camera.
Yeah. This another way out for people starting to plan their next move.
Yeah.
Oliver, give away Paris Taylor Swift tickets and you'll be the most popular podcast ever.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
true.
doubt that.
Yeah.
You should get on that.
How do I get one?
You should get Taylor Swift. You should get Taylor Swift on the podcast.
Imagine.
Yeah. You can do it.
Well, you know the thing that's the problem with getting mega famous people, or even very famous people, is my show's about Paris.
Yeah.
And let's say Taylor Swift wanted to be on it.
Yeah.
Well, she wanted to be on it.
Obviously,
let's go for it.
she'd want to be on it.
But how am I going to convince Taylor Swift's team to come and talk to my little show?
Because maybe
about
she
Paris?
wants like a tour of the, the elevated walkway.
You know what? I had the wrong attitude then, didn't I?
Right. Yeah.
You know, I tell you what. Here's a little behind the scenes. We'll go up beyond that tunnel. Here's a little behind the scenes about a guest who really inspired me.
Yeah.
And it was also from the second arrondissement, not far from where you're.
Was it me?
Of course, that goes without saying. That goes without saying. I've made that abundantly clear. But in the second arrondissement, there's a restaurant, and it was run by Casey, who Laulala, I think his last name was, and he was a rugby player.
Yeah.
Retired and went into the restaurant business. And I had a drink with him after the show. And he said, who would you like to be? Who's the best guest you'd ever get or something? And I said, I'd love to talk to like Macron right now.
Yes, yeah.
It was a time where, even still today, it'd just be really interesting.
Yeah.
And I said a similar thing that I just said about Taylor Swift. I was like, it's never going to happen though. I'm not even going to try. And he's like, why not?
Well, yeah.
And then, but his thing was the way he did this little motivational speech was what he would have done to his rugby players.
Oh, that must have been amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Never tried.
You're like, I'm doing it.
Never tried.
You're like, I didn't actually do it. But...
No, but it did actually inspire me.
I bet.
And he said that he was telling me like tricks he'd told his players about. It's not about not showing fear, but like confidence.
Yeah.
Not that any of those rugby players weren't confident, but
right.
he just.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fascinating.
I'd say that would be really cool.
Anyway, he moved to New Zealand and became a real estate agent, so it's not. So I can't get much more help out of him at the moment. Anyway, on that note, look, this is where we've come to. The walk would continue. If we were to continue that way, we'd end up in the Bois de Vincennes, which is honestly a really beautiful, beautiful park.
Yeah.
And extremely worth going for. Like I think I prefer it to the Bois de Boulogne on the other side.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You got everything.
The castle.
Yeah, you got the castle on that side, the Bois de Boulogne. Too big?
Yeah,
I'd say too big. That one's a bit more manageable. It's also got the pond, it's also got the rowboats, and just really pretty. So think about checking that out and then walking all the way to the Bastille.
Yeah.
Doing it in the other way to what we've
That'd be lovely.
done.
I've done picnics there. It's gorgeous.
Shall we sit on this to finish?
Dude, I can't reach.
Yeah, we'll go a little bit further. It's nice to end. How about here?
Yeah, it's gone down. Yeah, I can reach it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a great walk. I'm going to reiterate quickly. I said it a few times. Amanda Boneshaker.
Me, yes.
Her book in the link below. If you're not going to get it straight away, do it soon. It helps. Voila, vegan. I also like to see when followers and listeners of this show support friends of the show like Amanda. Boneshaker, Rue Aboukia.
What?
What number?
86.
86 in the second arrondissement. You're going to be there if you come to Paris because you're going to be on Rue Montaigu. That's a not to be missed street. And then pop up and grab a donut or 4 or 6.
Yeah.
I usually get 4.
He does.
I do. For myself. And then I come home and Lena said, where are you getting any donuts? And I said, crumbs everywhere. No, but honestly, congratulations on the book. It's really cool.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
I know that it wouldn't have been easy to make such a lovely book. So well done. Everyone at home, the one thing I didn't say, where can they follow you?
Oh, at Boneshaker Paris on Instagram. And everything also like uploads to Facebook. But I'd say best Boneshaker Paris, Instagram, and that's where you'll find me.
That's where I've been tagging you. So
go
follow that.
Please.
Boneshaker Paris, please. And to Pink Cadillac 42, enjoy number 89.
Yeah.
They always say that 89th
is the best.
When it comes to Bruce Springsteen,
yeah,
89.
I've heard that too.
And as for us, I think we'll leave you with a little shot of what we're looking at and wish you all a very lovely weekend.
Oh, you have a question about your haircut.
Yeah. Did I just get a haircut? No.
Your hair does look lovely.
Thank you, Amanda. Have a lovely weekend, everything, and be sure to tune into the podcast, The Earful Tower, tomorrow to discover what H could possibly be for. And on that note, we wish you, thank you for a lovely walk. Amanda's laugh is great, says Liz. That's very sweet. Thanks. Merci, they're all saying thank you. So merci to all. And Paula Wright, send me an email.
Yes. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.